Welcome to the Alflex podcast.
How are you doing, folks? My name is Alex. Welcome back to Alflex podcast. So, today I want to talk about a job and such kind of a thing because this is my last day in a job, and I think this will be the last day of me being employed by someone else, and that is what I'm working towards in the meantime. So, you have to understand very well. This is my take for working over 8 months. I've been working for quite a long while, man, and I know very well that what I know is that it's actually critical for you young people out there who are watching this, and I think you will learn one or two things from my experience in a job. First of all, you have to understand very well, a job will never make you successful the way you want to be. I mean, let's face it, as a matter of fact, it will never be in a position of giving you the autonomy of becoming successful. For instance, look at this. When you apply for a job and you're given a salary and such kind of a thing, at the end of the day, your salary is capped off, You're being told this is the amount of money that you're worth, and we are going to pay you that amount of money, nothing more, nothing less. And that is all it is for the next like 1 year, for the next like 2 years or such. Then you get in a position of living that paycheck to paycheck life, which you are being told you can only earn up to this amount. And that is not what we want in life, as a matter of fact. We want to be really successful. I mean, we have to be really successful, as a matter of fact. And that is something that is worth fighting for. But in a job, don't let no one tell you that you will be successful in one. It will never happen. I've never seen success of people who have a paycheck. I've never seen it. Those people make money daily, bruv. Daily money, daily cash, every day. There's nobody who is successful, who is driving his dream car, who is living in a mansion, who is being paid on a monthly basis. I don't think so. And if there are those kind of people, I mean, they had to invest a lot of time in it. I mean, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, and such kind of a thing, or maybe a pension or something if it works, of which it doesn't. You have to understand, this corporate system is just a cycle for slavery. It's just like the schooling system at the end of the day, The schooling system told you that when you study, you become successful, you go out there, you get a good. What the fuck? The fuck is all of this bullshit? You have to understand, folks. It will never happen. I've worked my ass off for those few months that I've worked, and I came to realize very well that as long as I'm employed, I can't be in a position of elevating as quick as I want. Because, first of all, as I told you, I'm capped off. I'm capped off from making the amount of money that I want to be making. Secondly, I'm tied up to a 12 salaries in a year. That means I can only earn 12 times in a year. And that is totally foolish, People are making money on a daily basis. And that is what we are supposed to be doing. We are supposed to be going out there and just deciding to be making money on a daily basis. Others are making money, in hours, bruv. Hours, minutes, seconds. What the fuck, man? And that is what I'm talking about, The autonomy of life. And the bad thing about being employed is that you get to be in a position of being commanded on what you have to do. For instance, you have to arrive at job at a specific time or something, You have to do some things in a freaking specific way. You're not allowed to be creative, just like classes. Back in the days when you were in a class or a classroom or such kind of a thing, you are supposed to write the answers to the questions that you are being asked the way the teacher told you to answer them. Nothing else. If you decide to be Albert Einstein and just put your own knowledge there, you're fucked. You're fucked. I tried that back in campus and I used to feel really freaking crazy. I tried to put my Albert Einstein's mind and maybe think of ideas of how we can improve or such. And I was like, no, you failed, man. It's crazy. It's a dumbass system. The same thing with job. You're not allowed to give opinions or anything. You're not allowed to jump out and just talk your mind out. No, you have to do what you're being told to do, and that is totally foolish. That is not how we as humans should operate. We have to build that sense of autonomy. We have to build that sense of purpose in our lives, and just not follow a system that someone have made for us, just like the schools or maybe such kind of a thing. The other wrong thing about a job is you don't have that freedom. The freedom that you really crave for, because we as human beings, we crave for freedom. We want to travel the world, we want to go to Dubai, we want to do all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, in a job, it will never allow you to do that. Never. Just forget about it. Forget about it. It will never allow you to do that. And it's all up on you to understand that your location will be locked. You are told that you have to be living in this place as long as we employ you. You have to be coming to job every freaking day as long as we employ you. You don't have autonomy of doing anything that you want. And whenever you want to take a leave, you have to ask for permission, because you're technically a slave. It's just that you are not being whipped. You are being whipped when you misbehave, and then your salary is cut and such kind of a thing. That is just a fucking system, bro, friend. You have to understand very well. At the end of the day, you don't have the freedom of doing what you want, technically speaking. That is what I'm talking about. You don't have the freedom of doing it. Yeah. You don't have the freedom of doing what you want at the end of the day. You see? And that is something that is technically stealing from our souls. As a matter of fact, we as men, we want that freedom. We want that sense of not being manipulated by someone, or maybe directed by someone or something. We want that autonomy. But at the end of the day, a job will never give you that. It will never do that. Also, that dream that you want in life, it will never pay you enough to build up that dream. You just have to forget about it. And that is just a raw fact. That is just a raw fact, and you have to understand it, because that is how the system is made. There's no way you can come and just think that the system was made for you. It was never made for employees. It was never made for employees, and you have to understand that very well. There is not something that we are here to debate. You are here to understand very well. If you don't chase your dream, if you don't go out there and just decide to put every other tiny bit of effort into building what you want in life, at the end of the day, your dreams are fucked. Honestly, that is just an honest answer. Your dreams are fucked, and there's no way you can pull them off in that job that you are in. So you have to understand very well. If you want the autonomy of life, if you want the freedom of life, if you want the freedom that money can bring in a man's life, you have to go out there and achieve it. No matter what. No matter what, you have to take drastic steps. You have to take urgent steps towards building your dream. And that way you can be in a position of doing it. And you have to understand very well. For instance, a job in one way or another is good. For instance, if you are raised from a humble background and such kind of a thing, you didn't have a lot of money to sustain you and your family, a job is good simply because at the end of the day, it will give you something in your pocket. For instance, you are totally broke, you need some money, and that is good technically speaking. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that money, where is it going? Whenever you are making that money, are you utilizing it the way you should utilize it? Are you buying stuff that you don't need simply because you think you are in a job, you have a fucking security? And that is something that you have to put in mind. You should never forget about that. Whenever you get employed, I see a lot of people making these mistakes, thinking that when I get employed next month, I get a salary, next month I get a salary, next month, so I will use this one on buying some fucking stupid things. People start stocking their houses with a duvet. don't know, with things like those, hedonistic bullshit. An offer, or maybe a refrigerator, a freezer. You're in a freaking 10 by 10 house, single house. What the fuck are you doing, man? You see? You see how foolish that is? Because at the end of the day, your boss can come and just decide, poof, you're fired. What the fuck? What the fuck? And you're in chaos and you're like, where am I going? Where am I headed? You start selling your freaking those weird things that you are buying with your salary, and that is totally foolish of you. You have to understand very well. Whenever you are employed for the first time, your role is to ensure that every money, every coin that you make is saved. Every coin that you make is saved, and it is used to save you from the enslavement. Nothing else. All those bullshit, every other, I don't know, kilipo lazima ukule nyama, like, what the fuck? What the fuck, bro? You have to understand, it's all a matter of sacrifice. And if you really want that autonomy of life, you have to sacrifice a lot of things, bro. You have to sacrifice a lot of things for those. And I had a lot of foolish people telling me about, hey, when I be, you have to keep yourself well today because you don't know tomorrow you might die, man. What the fuck? What if I leave? What if I fucking leave, bro? What if I leave? Where will I be? And I burnt all my resources today. What if I leave tomorrow? What are you talking about? You have to understand very well. You don't have resources to waste. All the money that you make, all the penny that you make, everything, all your time that you have, that God have given you today to be even watching this video, it should be invested towards building something for yourself. Maybe you might die, man. You might die, and that is good. Because at the end of the day, when you die and you build something, that means your generation is good. You get me? As a matter of fact, we do all of these things because of selfishness. We try by all means to do these things because we have a sense of selfishness. We utilize all our resources that we make, thinking that we love ourselves by doing that. But at the end of the day, we are not considerate of others, simply because we're just looking at our desires and such kind of a thing. We forget that we have our mothers looking up on us, we have our dads looking up on us, we have our kids looking up on us, and all the fucking instant comfort that we embrace is only focusing on us. That means we are burning our resources, not because we care about other people. It's just because we have some freaking self-love. That is so fucking selfish, bro. I mean, you can't sacrifice for your people. You can't sacrifice for the success, for the security of your people's future. You see how foolish that is? You have to understand, a job might give you that capital, but you have to invest it. You have to use it wisely. You have to cut down every other freaking cost and ensure that you build something for yourself from that cost. That is what I did. That is what I did, and I know very well that as soon as I'm out of here, I'm going to build a massive empire. I don't give a fuck. Massive empire, man. And I won't stop because I don't want to be employed anymore. It's all bullshit, bro. It's all bullshit. I'm not going to get back into that kind of shit again. So you have to understand very well. It's a matter of using the resource that you got from a job and then using it towards something that will bring you much more freedom, much more success in life. That is what that matters, folks. You have to understand very well that it's okay to start with a job, technically speaking, but it's not okay to stay there. It's just not okay. It's just not worth it. You have to forget about it. Because at the end of the day, it will steal your soul away, man. It will steal all the dreams. It will steal all the desires, everything. Everything is fucked for you in a job. And the worst thing about it is that you get trapped in the cycle of chasing things, because you're making money. So I have to buy some new clothes, I have to replace my old clothes and such kind of a thing. Because I'm making money, I have to eat well today because tomorrow I still make more. Like, what the fuck? You see? That is the cycle of life. Sorry for that. That is the cycle of life that I'm talking about. That is the cycle of life that I'm talking about. The cycle of thinking that tomorrow I will make more, so I will have to spend this one. I have to spend this early. I have to spend this, and then you get in a cycle of spending. You buy a new TV, then that TV breaks down, and then at the end of the day, you want a better TV now. What the fuck? I can't understand this bullshit, bro. I can't. It's just fucking foolish. And that is what normally traps a lot of people in the cycle of jobs. They never get successful. They never get where they want to be. They just live a life chasing desires and buying things they don't even need, you know. That is so fucking foolish of yourself, because you're totally enslaving yourself. You're totally enslaving yourself, thinking that you have some security in the name of security. That your employee, hoping that your employer will not lay you off anytime. You have to understand very well. They don't care. They don't care. If employers were asked, they would underpay you by all means possible, because to them you are a cost. To an employer you are a cost, and you have to understand very well. They don't care. If they lay you off, they don't care. Like, they don't give a fuck, you know. So you're just a cost to them, you know. I think you're getting what I'm talking about. You are a cost. And by all means, they will try by all means to cut cost. And that is why I'm telling you, a job might be good, but at the end of the day, it's a monster in disguise, man. It's something that is meant to swallow your dreams. It's just like a classroom where your dreams are crushed, your ambitions, your curiosity, your creativity, all of them are crushed down, and you're not allowed to do anything, you know. The same thing with a job. And that is something that you have to consider so much whenever you are looking for your job. You have to set your goal, ensure that you're in a position of building it to that time that you want to build it. Then get out of there and do something else. That is how beautiful life can be. I had the same intention, by the way, last year. I was to work for 6 months, but unfortunately some freaking weirdo came and stole my phone, so I had to work a little bit longer to recuperate for that phone. But it's okay. This is life, bruv. And you have to understand, that is why it is very critical to prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for anything. Anything might happen, good, worst, everything. This is life, and that is how it should be. So be the best, folks, and whatever happens, if you don't have money, find a job. I would advise you to do so, but have a goal of not staying there for the rest of your human years. That is absolute waste of time. That is absolute waste of your resource. That is absolute waste of your potential as a human being. So just go there and just decide to pull it off, because at the end of the day, we need purpose, man. We need purpose, and purpose can only come when we go out there and achieve what we want, you know. That is the beauty of life. Being able to have the autonomy, being able to be on the driver's seat of your life and directing your life where you want it to be, you know. That is the beauty of it, you know. And at the end of the day, it would be amazing if you chased your dream, if you went out there and sacrificed so hard for what you want. At the end of the day, you will get your dream, folks. You will get your dream. And there's nothing powerful than seeing yourself driving that dream car that you have in mind. That BMW, you're just revving it like crazy, you know. Living in a mansion, having a beautiful family. There's nothing beautiful than that. And a job, by all means, tries to steal that from you. You know, I mean, I hope you understand what I'm talking about, simply because I'm not gonna do this shit again, man. So, see you on the top, and I hope mjitume bana. There's no time of wait. There's no time to waste. There's no time to waste. There's no time to wait, and we have to fucking get it. You have to get it. Have a beautiful day. Adios.